What 20 years of WoW has taught me. Now, I'm going to relate to this video, I'm sure, because I've played this game for over 20 years. I started playing this game back in 2005, so it's been 21 years. Going strong. That's right, Samiccus, 15-year-old Samiccus, you know, in the heat of puberty, found the world of Azeroth and was never the same ever again. Yeah, it changed my life forever, definitely. I mean, look, I freaking made a half career off this thing now. So getting into WoW has been a big part of my life, as it has for many of people who've been playing this game. Let's see what Marcellian and Flame have to say about how 20 years of WoW has taught them a few things.
What's wrong, man?
Just came from my Sarah caverns. Same thing happened as always.
What do you mean? What happened?
I don't want to talk about it, man, okay? It's just, wow, after so many years, I can't believe this shit is still happening.
Listen, friend, I don't know what you went through, but it can't be that bad.
What could it be?
You don't know what you're talking about, man. You're just one of those flowery, puff happy guys who just started WoW playing like 2 years ago and think this is the best expansion ever. Whoop-de-f-and-do.
That is so not true. I've been playing WoW for over 20 years, man, and do you want to know what I learned during this time?
Oh no, is this gonna be another one of those long-ass stories with flashbacks and anecdotes?
I sure hope so. That's what I'm hoping for this video is. Well, look, 20 years of WoW, one thing I've learned for sure is there's a lot of degens in this world, a lot of angry-ass people, a lot of crazy people. But there's also a lot of nice people. I think WoW players, for the most part, I mean, there's the toxicity out there playing high-end mythic keys. You'll learn about it and when you play this game. But you also learn there's a lot of people who just want to help. I feel like WoW players in general, especially when they find somebody new in the game or you just ask a question, a lot of times they're just a lot of helpful people who actually want to help people do stuff in the game, play the game, enjoy the game. Yes, the toxicity gets the headlines for sure a lot of times, but I've learned for sure that the WoW community, I mean, I stream with a lot of you guys, chat with you a lot of in the morning here. Pretty nice people overall.
It all started in the autumn of the year of our Lord, 2000.
Oh, here we go.
Wow.
Wait a minute. That's not even when WoW launched.
I fell in love with Warcraft years ago. I've been playing WoW for over 20 years now, and it got me through some rough patches in my life. And it all started with one of my favorite people, my grandpa, dying. But before that, I played other games, and this is that story.
Bring me a whole bottle, please. On his tab.
I was a wee lad of 9 years of age, fresh out of Doom school, and finally setting in my esteemed role of no longer friends with kids, while starting my soon-to-be teenage career of getting bullied. Young Flame found it easy to get lost in video games as a means of escape. I loved stories and worlds where magic exists.
Oh my God, the Hogwarts. I had this game. It was a great game. Man, this Harry Potter game was freaking S tier.
Because
the Quidditch matches.
It gave me the sense of endless possibilities. The wanderlust of an adventurer that can be anything he couldn't be in real life. And I chose to shoot demons with big guns and many explosions. But one day, my parents had this brilliant idea of becoming the godparents of some relatives I didn't even know. And not only that, we had to travel to a whole different part of the country that I've never seen before, talk to people I've never met before, and live for a week in some old lady's apartment with no other kids to play with, TV to watch, and under the supervision of my parents. That was like the worst thing for a kid ever. It was going to be so boring. We got there, and I met the soon-to-be groom and bride. The dude was working in IT, and turns out he was actually really cool. He took me aside and showed me his childhood bedroom where he had a goddamn PC.
Damn.
Oh my God, this was going...
Oh my God, his story is very familiar to how I was introduced to WoW. I'll tell it here in a second. I'm gonna let him finish his story first though.
...to be bearable after all. Do you have any games? I asked. Like Doom or Bomberman or whatever else was running in the late 90s on Windows 98 personal computers? He looked at me a bit disappointed and said no. He didn't have all of those dope games. And I have been in those situations before. I was already preparing myself for 1 week of solitaire and heart and Minesweeper. To be fair, my home PC was also busted, and my mom would not want any video games installed for fear of viruses, and I have found the appeal in playing solitaire. If you think about it, it has some cool intellectual exercises that you can deploy.
Sure.
Another bottle of something stronger. Now!
But that was not going to be the case. The groom said, I don't have any of those games, but if you want, I can install Warcraft 2 for you. What's that? I asked. Oh, you build bases and army guys and try to defeat your opponent.
Yeah, good old RTS. I mean, this is what I played all the time back then. Basically, I had a laptop. We had a family computer, and then my parents also got me a laptop, which I remember I had to put like a giant card inside of it to have Wi-Fi connected to this thing. This was like before built-in Wi-Fi was a thing for laptops and everything. And the main stuff I used to play on that was like a Roller Coaster Tycoon, Age of Empires, Command and Conquer. Like I was a big RTS player all the time. Even there was a Lord of the Rings RTS kind of Command and Conquer style game too. What was it? Age of Empires, I said. What was it? Age of Mythology was another one I played all the time. Those were all the games that I was always into. Sims, Roller Coaster Tycoon, like all these top-down games. They were a lot of fun, and I never played WoW until a moment where somebody introduced me to it. And again, I said I'll let him finish his story first here.
Smiled and said, sure, thinking to myself, how dumb that all sounded. Build houses? To train guys? That's what girls do with their doll houses. I needed guns and cars. Ugh. But probably still better than solitaire, because I actually lied. I hated solitaire. It was a shit game for boring people.
Sam was bragging about how rich he was. I mean, we didn't have like a gaming I don't even think gaming PCs existed back then. We're talking probably like, early 2000s. We had a Gateway PC. You guys, does the Gateway brand even still exist? I don't even know. But you know, Gateway was the cows back then. Like that was their brand. I still remember it had a square box of a cow, like a cow box on it with the cow print on it. And that was our first PC. Eventually, we upgraded it when me and my brother started playing WoW all the time on it. We put a graphics card in that thing. And it eventually popped the freaking PC. The PC stopped working. The graphics card overloaded it. Hey, shit, does that stuff still exist? Gateway? This is the box thing I was talking about. Maybe it does exist. Oh my God, Gateway does still exist. Wow, I had no idea. And they still have the same logo. Okay. Shit, that's a blast from the past for me.
People. So I started to play Warcraft 2 with the human campaign because I wouldn't see Lord of the Rings for a while to know what orcs were. And I played the human campaign mission after mission, and it was kind of cool. I would train footmen and archers and go slay the green beasts, build boats and ships and sail to new islands, establish bases there as well, and yeah, the game was actually pretty cool. Until one mission. I had to defend my castle with knights and wizards and... What's this?
I actually never played the Warcraft RTS.
The knights can also be paladins and can heal my army? This is the best game I ever played. Man, the orcs were mean and it felt good to protect the citizens and save my kingdom. I had wizards casting blizzards at my command. Paladins mowing down ogres and such. I eventually got to the orc campaign and realized I could command dragons into battle, and inevitably realized I fell in love with Warcraft. This love would only grow more and more with Warcraft 3. Oh, I'm playing with the Prince of the Humans? That is also a paladin?
He's a badass.
Dude, we are going to stop the Scourge and save our people!
What is this?
Still probably the best storyline in all of WoW.
What are you doing, my son? Succeeding you, father.
This game is awesome despite the pain I am feeling in my heart! Oh, the orcs were actually slaves to demon blood, and with Thrall and Grom we are freeing them? Oh no, Grom! Why would you betray us so? Okay, we got Grom back. Time for revenge against the demons and redemption in front of our people. We will never be slaves to demons again.
The blood haze has lifted. The demon's fire has burnt out in my veins. I have freed my myself.
Man. Goosebumps.
No, old friend. You freed us all.
You did good, Grom. You did good, Chan. Now rest. You've earned
So
it.
good.
Oh my god.
So good. Those old stories were so good. Okay, he's getting into WoW right now, so I'll tell you like how I first saw WoW. I still remember me and my parents. So we had moved to Michigan in 2004. Previously, I lived in Tampa, Florida. And so my parents still had friends in Florida. We were still kind of like, my dad's work was still half in Florida at the time. And we went back to Florida. We had been in Michigan for a year, went back to Florida in 2005 just to visit some friends and for my dad to wrap up some work stuff. So we were down there visiting. It was like a vacation, but it wasn't really a vacation because we were just living in, it wasn't a touristy area. We were back in Tampa, my dad's apartment that was just using to go back and forth for a little bit. And we visited his friend. Now, it was actually my mom's friend who my dad had become friends with the husband. And we're there, and I remember I used to hate going to their house, I'll be honest, because it was just boring, right? It was a boring house. I'm just sitting there doing nothing most of the time. But all the time, I would usually get on his computer, and I would just play shit, right? He had Red Alert, so sometimes I'd play Red Alert on his PC while my mom was sitting talking with her friend. And that was how we typically did it when we were there. Well, this time, we go to their friend. No, it's not Tyrone. We go to their house. And her husband, my mom's friend's husband, gets up and says, "Hey, I got a new game. You guys want to check it out?" I'm like, "Yeah, sure." And at this time, by the way, I'm like a massive Lord of the Rings fan. I'm totally into that fantasy universe. I freaking love everything about it. And he gets on his PC, and I remember he fires up this game called World of Warcraft. Now, this guy was a nerd, big-time nerd. He was a big PC guy, big tech guy, when it was not even cool to be nerdy. Remember, he used to work at this place, CompUSA. It doesn't exist anymore, but it was like a tech store. It was like Best Buy before Best Buy. They all ended up shutting down. I think it was 2007, it says here. So yeah, CompUSA no longer exists. But this man was like trying to lay the land here. He was a big PC guy before being a big PC guy was a thing. He opens up his PC, and he opens up this game called World of Warcraft. I didn't even understand the concept of a fucking MMO. But he opens it up, and he gets on his Night Elf Hunter. I'll never forget it. And he gets on his Lightsaber mount. And he starts riding through this freaking, this forest, this magical forest. And the music kicks in, and he's freaking running through the forest. You can picture the music I'm talking about. And he's riding around on this Lightsaber. And I'm like, holy crap. I'm like, with the Night Elf music kicking off. And I'm like absolutely amazed by this. I'm like, holy crap, what is this game? This guy's playing Lord of the Rings. He's an elf hunter riding around on his lightsaber. And I was absolutely enthralled at that point. So he was like, hey, why don't you guys get on while your mom's outside chatting, and you can go ahead and make a character. So I get on there and I make a night elf. Okay, I make a night elf. I still remember Night Elf Hunter, big Legolas fan. And my brother gets on after me, makes a Tauren. All right, that was his favorite thing. And we started playing this game at their house. And I remember we were absolutely we could not handle ourselves. Taken over by this game. My mom and dad went to visit their friends again. We were there for like 2 weeks. We visited like 2 or 3 more times. And every morning we would wake up, we would tell my mom like, hey, are we going back to your friend's house? Can we go back to your friend's house today, please? And we just wanted to go back and play some more WoW. We ended up playing a couple more times. We go back home after the trip, and me and my brother are just absolutely itching to play more of this weird game that this guy showed us at his house. We eventually convinced my dad to allow us to have one World of Warcraft account for the both of us for $15 a month. He was not into the sub fee. He was like, what is this? You gotta pay a subscription for this game? He eventually allowed us to get one account. And what was really cool is I played Alliance and my brother played Horde, and we would basically just rotate. I would play for like 2 hours, then he would play for 2 hours on our family home computer. I would sit down, play on my Night Elf Hunter, and he would watch me, and he was seeing a part of the game he had never seen before because it was the Alliance side of the story. And then he would get on his Tauren, and I would watch him play Horde for like 2 hours. And we would just switch off back and forth. And those were honestly some of my favorite WoW memories. Eventually, he got his own account, and we would just play with 2 PCs sitting back to back, and it was a lot of good memories made in that game, thanks to that guy who showed us World of Warcraft in Florida.
Making a game out of Warcraft where I can be one of the dudes? If only I had a good PC to run it. I guess I'll
Cool
just
story,
keep
bro.
playing Warcraft 3. That was the period in my life where school became a shit place for me. I was apparently pretty good at studying and got the highest grades in my class, but I didn't know that classified me as a nerd until my classmates and bigger kids told me about it in a less than pleasant way. I could always go back to Warcraft though, be the hero that saves my people, tell my own story, and not have to worry that I had no friends or that my family kept telling me to stop playing video games. I always liked strategy games, and I never really realized it because at the time, in our culture, video games weren't seen as an extension of real life games, and strategy games were definitely not seen as an extension of chess, the OG strategy game. The person that would...
It's funny, we actually went back and saw that friend not too long ago, and he did ask. He said, do you guys still play World of Warcraft? I was like, hell yeah, man. Hell yeah, I do. It was like, no way, you guys are still playing. Yeah, we still play. 20-something years later, we're still playing. And so is he, actually. He still plays, too.
To teach me chess was my grandpa. He used to show me how to think outside of the box and think ahead of my opponents, while also trying to read my opponent. It took a while, but I finally got it one day when we were playing a game. I was on fire, dude. I took my grandpa's pawns by the dozen, well, 8 at least. I even took his bishops, queen, and rooks. Finally, I beat the master. Finally, there were 2 knights left to conquer, and then I was free to checkmate him. Wait, why didn't I mate him yet? It was too late to realize it now, but my grandpa had a trick up his sleeve. He was the uncrowned, unproclaimed Knight Master. With 2 knights, he showed me that I could lose everything and still get checkmated. I was destroyed. Later, I learned that's exactly how my mom would lose to him in chess as well as the rest of my family that played him. My grandpa was famous for how he would use his knights with the least straightforward movement patterns to win games. I would practice more though, and eventually would conquer his playstyle. But I never would get to do that. My grandpa's death was strange for me. It was the first time I have seen a family member or anyone really be lifeless on a table. And it was
It's
different.
traumatic, yeah.
At his funeral, I would meet a long-lost cousin that was also into video games, and to cope with our loss, we started talking and talking until we got to World of Warcraft. He was also an IT geek and also knew that my PC could actually run World of Warcraft despite not meeting the minimum requirements, and I wouldn't have to just play Warcraft 3 anymore. I was speechless! And also, a Tauren druid within the week, my first ever World of Warcraft character. Oh my god, dude, I saw Mulgore for the first time and played a third-person RPG MMO or not for the first time ever.
It was Mulgore was such a cool place to watch like I said, I watched my brother play a Tauren to start the game, and man, Mulgore was beautiful. As was the Night Elf zones. I mean, running through those were all awesome. I remember getting to Darnassus for the first time, and me and him were blown away by the giant Ents standing at the entrance and everything. There were so many cool moments going through Azeroth the first time that were like, they stuck with you forever. You never forget them.
Could not believe I was in an actual world as just a dude. I was walking all over the place and oh my god, those are mountains. It takes me 10 minutes to get to those while dodging all them boars and mountain lions, but god damn it, I got there. Oh damn, there's like a passing through these hills and... Dude, this is like a whole new zone with the Quilboar guys.
Yeah.
Oh, I knew who those dudes were. I farmed them for experience points in Warcraft 3 in every damn game. I walked and walked until I noticed something different. An orc. Wait, there shouldn't be orcs here. This is Tauren land. I walked up to the orc and asked him if he was a real player. His response was unexpected. I think so. I left more confused than I got there and would continue to form new memories. I'm on top of the world! Or so I screamed when I first saw Wintergrasp. Hey look! That's a dark portal that we went through in Warcraft 2 to follow the Horde to Outland. And now we can go through it?
And now you dare enter my realm.
Yep.
You are not prepared.
Dude, this is
was
what was
crazy.
waiting on the other side? Was Illidan this bad all along?
Who remembers stepping through because of the dynamic skybox? It was so crazy, but stepping through the dark portal for the first time in Burning Crusade, and that music kicks off in Hellfire Peninsula, and you just have that view of the freaking skybox. I'll never forget that. And at this point, by the way, I had convinced, so I was in high school, I had convinced a lot of my friends to start playing World of Warcraft too. It was like a big thing for me. Like I had to get more people in this game. I had to get more people playing WoW. I was the biggest freaking WoW hype man in my entire high school. And I would just push people to play WoW all the time. I ended up getting like 2 or 3 of my friends to actually install the game and start playing. And all the guys who didn't install the game and start playing were no longer my friends, basically. But I still remember going into Hellfire for the first time with my friends and my brother, who at that time had finally gotten his own account. That was when it happened, was when Burning Crusade was coming out. We told my dad, like, we both want to play. We both want to play at the same time. We want to go into the new zones together. We don't want to have to do this separately. And he was like, yeah. Then we eventually convinced my mom to let us, get a second account without really telling him. So that happened. We had 2 accounts at the time. And then we went in with my buddies. And I'm just telling you, going through that dark portal for the first time and kicking off Hellfire Peninsula, it's too good, man. Too good. And then we got a snow day. And then we got a snow day the next morning. So no school. So shit, we played the hell out of this game. We played so much because of that snow day, because I was not allowed to play on school days. But when the expansion launched, my mom let us play just that day. She was like, okay, the game's new. You can play just today. But the rest of the time I was only allowed to play on weekends because my mom and dad cared about school and everything. So they had to focus on fucking school. But that day, I'll never forget it. I logged off inside of, I forget what the main camp was called in Hellfire Peninsula. I told my buddies, I'm like, hey guys, all right, I'm logging off. They said, okay, we'll log off too. We want to level together. We won't continue without you. And then we find out that night that a massive blizzard was hitting Michigan, and we were going to have a snow day the next day. And so what did we do? Yes, honor hold. What did we do? We found out about the snow day, freaking ran back to our PCs and played the rest of the night. Nonstop. Just continued playing, and I'll never, it's still one of my best WoW memories. That snow day, the day that Burning Crusade launched. A blizzard in Michigan, yes.
Arthas.
Oh, wait, I skipped forward, I think. I accidentally pressed something. Shit, did I? Oh, no, he's here. I'm right. Okay.
All along?
Arthas.
Oh, hello there, Lich King. I remember you. I controlled you as you got to the Frozen Throne. Kinda weird you're ordering me around now, huh?
Yeah, Wrath was a great one too, man.
I love Warcraft.
Yeah.
I love Warcraft. Give me big mean dragons every time. Look at this underwater zone. I am okay with Warcraft. Pandas are a bit goofy though. Not really sure about them that much.
Underrated expansion. Underrated. I thought Mists of Pandaria was great. Was I excited for it at launch? No. Not as much as usual, because I did think, like everyone else, I was like, this is weird. Why we have pandas like this? A panda expansion? Who's the bad guy? Remember Mists of Pandaria came out and we're like, who's the bad guy? Because he wasn't on the front of the box. It was just a panda. So that whole thing happened, but I still remember me and my cousins and my friend and my brother went to Best Buy. That was the last time that I remember going to a store to buy a game. We went to Best Buy for like the midnight launch, and they had a whole little setup for World of Warcraft. We went and bought our WoW. We went and bought the games, and they gave us free posters. We had these posters for Mists of Pandaria. Went back to my parents' house, my cousin, my friend, my brother, and I. We all had laptops at the time. We set up in the office, and we actually taped with just some masking tape. Just taped the posters on the walls. I don't know why we did that. We were excited, so we fucking taped the posters on the walls. And while it was downloading, because that was a thing, you had to install the game back then for hours, not before the expansion launched. You had to install it that night. So we ordered pizza while the game was installing. We were chilling, just eating and shit, getting ready for what we knew was going to be like an 8-hour straight gaming sesh. And then we just leveled through Mists of Pandaria like the rest of the night. It was a lot of fun. We stayed up crazy late and just played Mists. And that was like the last time that I remember buying the actual box game.
We will never be slaves!
I fucking love Warcraft, dude. I know you, Grom. You are the Grom from the future, but in the past, with the future Grom's heart, but in the past.
Burning Legion has returned.
That's hype.
Oh boy.
You must be willing to fight.
Oh boy.
I miss Varian,
For
man.
the Alliance.
Oh boy. That was the only cool Alliance character though.
BFA had a hyped ass cinematic. It did. I still remember this cinematic. I was like, oh shit, we going to war. And then it was kind of an old god expansion. Really, it was Azerite armor that kind of tripped up the launch of BFA. Overall, it wasn't too bad, but the Azerite armor in the beginning was such a bad thing. And that was Blizzard's learning lesson, to listen to the players during testing. Because players that told them Azerite armor was fucked up and it wasn't going to work the way they wanted it to, and resetting every time you got a new piece of armor, you got to rebuild the Azerite armor shit. They told them it wasn't good, and Blizzard didn't listen. And it turns out the players were right. After that, they started to listen to the player base a little bit more.
The Horde is back, baby.
Stand as one
Yeah, buddy.
for the Alliance!
I can see Varian in him, but a little bit different. WoW's changing a bit too much. I think.
Yeah, Shadowlands.
WoW is back, man. We got dragons and proper fantasy again. Okay, so this gives me a different feeling than this.
Succeeding you.
Yeah.
This is the coolest raid fight ever.
was
This
cool.
is what Warcraft is, dude. I mean, it's cute, but it goes an extra mile to undermine what World of Warcraft is about. I feel like this is more of a Hearthstone cinematic. Okay, Warcraft is back.
I love that cinematic. I know some people were like, oh, is he crying at the end? Is he crying? No. No, he's not. Those are tears of overwhelmingness. You know, that's what happened there. This cinematic is so freaking badass with Erator. I've watched it 100 times.
Take my money.
Oh, man, what's the point of all this, man? Why am I listening?
Because, dude, World of Warcraft is kind of like life. You have ups and downs, peaks and valleys.
True.
It might seem a bit down at the moment, but it always comes back. After 20 years of WoW, I have to admit, the game can still pull my heartstrings, no matter how much disappointed me 5 minutes ago.
I guess.
Alright, for real now, what actually happened?
Fine. We were in a Mysara 18 and...
It's on you.
It's on me. I'm standing still. Sorry, I moved a little bit low.
Right, okay, you can pull them now.
What?
Right, we should be good.
They're fucked.
I pulled them all. They're in. I marked this off for my own.
Wipe it, boys.
No!
Wipe it.
Oh, hello.
I don't know how this came about.
I think
CR.
I think one of the casters ninja out. I have a feeling.
Modern day Mythic Plus.
So nobody's hearing.
Strongest.
I can't help it.
We can easily recover this.
A few moments later.
That was supposed to be pulled because that was I found. Well, I think that's you, Doc, for some reason.
Are they gonna survive this?
What? I don't know. It could have been that was the closest one, but
No.
Okay.
No, they're not.
Yeah.
I saw an ice lands.
Keystone. We can easily recover this.
Yep.
After 20
They
years
needed
of WoW,
Sam,
I have
true.
to admit, this game can sometimes suck.
This game can sometimes suck.
Let's play some Hearthstone.
Yeah, let's do it.
There you go. Ends with them getting angry and frustrated at a Mythic Plus run. Sounds about right. But seriously, after all these years, I can side with them that, yeah, the ups and the downs of WoW and the memories of WoW, they continue to live on and continue to make new ones. Honestly, I've made a lot of new memories with you guys specifically, with a lot of the stuff going on in the game. And I think right now, I feel like we're on the up. I feel like we're on the up in the World Soul Saga. I feel like things are heading in the right direction. Is the game perfect? No, it's not. Of course, there's always issues. There's things that could be better. But right now, I would say WoW seems to be in a good place. And after 20 plus years of playing, I still plan to keep playing. Who knows? Maybe for another 20 plus years. We'll see. Overall, nice video from Marcellian and Flame, though.